game 3, your defense settling in a little bit. Where do you guys are defensively?
I mean, we got to play better. We got to play cleaner. We got to play better fundamental football. I think we're doing some good things, but we got to be better fundamentally.
Running quarterback, that's always fun to prepare for, right?
Always. Yeah, he's good. He's fast, can sling it on the run. Gives you a whole nother set of issues. Again, if everything is right, everything is covered up, that gives you a whole nother section to the offense you got to worry about. So it's tough.
According to their notes, I guess he runs 22 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. One of their fastest guys.
He's the fastest guy on their team.
They found ways to use 2 other quarterbacks too. Gimmicky package kind of ways too, goal line stuff, or even just course of action. I don't think they did that the first game. Get your attention at all? Does it make you think about that today or Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They use number 4, bigger kid, athletic kid, and really just kind of some what we call mash sets. Did that a lot last year also, so they have that capability too.
Their left tackle is massive, 6'9", 6'10". What issues does he cause?
He's 6'9", 6'10". That's the simple answer. No, I mean anytime somebody's that big, the length, you get that, they can swallow guys up and almost create an extra gap, if you will, with that size. So that's somebody that big, and he can move. And so that's you got to maintain your leverage, maintain whatever your gap responsibility is. You got to be good. We got to be better with our hands up front anyway. That's one of the things. Going back to Maryland, I talked about not getting after the quarterback. That's one of the reasons why was using our hands in separation. And so with a guy like that, I mean, you've got to, or he'll just swallow you.
How your guys been against bigger players like that? How your edge guys? Have they had trouble dealing with bigger tackles?
I mean, I wouldn't say trouble. I think a lot of what you see is at least, let's just talk this year through 2 games, is how we're being how teams are attacking us. Not giving our guys a chance a lot of times to be successful, honestly. Quick game, screens, short throws. So, we got to do a better job changing lanes and affecting the quarterback in different ways other than sacks. And I tell guys all the time in front, just a sack is not the only successful pass rush. So we got to do a better job of that.
What's satisfied you the most about your defense through the first 2 games?
We really haven't had any effort issue. I think our guys have played hard in both games. We've got to clean some things up fundamentally. Got to clean some things up communication. But overall, I think our guys have flown to the ball for the most part.
Coach Brown praised Jackie Matthews' his effort so far. Just kind of what are your thoughts on how he's playing?
Yeah, I mean he's become what we thought he would be. He's a really good football player. He's a really football savvy guy. What I mean by that, he finds the ball in space. And anytime you see that, that's what that tells you, that he's a football guy. Some of the things Jackie's like a lot of junior college guys is keeping up with a different scheme, and again, going back to last year, not having a normal year, what he would have a full spring in his first year in the scheme. All those guys in that time frame are still playing a little bit of catch up. Not as much, but so still learning a lot of the small things, a lot of the different techniques. But the thing that Jackie does, he finds the ball.
Played a ton of guys. Any discoveries? Anybody jump out at you that you weren't aware of before that maybe showed up Saturday?
Yeah, we had one young guy I think is doing a great job. It's Hammond Russell. Sean Martin continues to improve. Linnell Carr played a lot better, cleaner, fundamental football than he has. But yeah, a young guy that in that game, in that situation, that really did some good things was Hammond Russell.
I'm asking about Jared Bartlett. Just where do you feel like he's at in terms of his development, and what kind of steps would you like him to continue to take going forward?
You know, again, I think that Jared has to understand a lot. Number one, you know, we're rotating 3 guys at that position. That's for a number of reasons. And then number 2 is where Jared's strength is, which is speed. They're just really unlucky more than anything. Haven't had a lot of those opportunities. Again, going back to I think a lot of how people move the pocket and how they protect us is really kind of been the, you know, kind of where he hasn't been as productive as it maybe he was last year. I think, you know, those are some of the reasons why.
What, if anything, changes about their offense with the loss of tight end Mitchell?
I mean, I don't know if any. I mean, the 2 tight end, anytime that's a deep position for you, I don't think it really changes how you attack a defense, because you still have the same. You're going to use those guys, those bodies, in the same way. And a tight end, just by its nature, a guy that's athletic enough to run routes, long enough to catch balls thrown to spots, and then obviously powerful enough and strong enough to block. So honestly, I'm not approaching it any different.
How involved was he in the run game?
I mean, as much as you know, I would say, I'm just looking at it 50-50. You know, I mean, it's the same as most tight ends are. You know, it takes you know, just to go out there and say that a guy is strictly a passing tight end. You know, you don't really see that a lot anymore, because that really tips the hand of what they're doing. Most of those guys like that, it's close to 50-50. So the same as they do the other 2.
This may sound obvious, but how much does a fast mobile quarterback change your approach, and you know, what does it do to a defense?
Well, they just have to expect it. You know, you have to play your underneath coverage a little different, and you have to expect that underneath, whether it's linebackers or you're having safeties down, as far as having their eyes where they need to when he does. And then number 2, your secondary, the guys that are back, have to expect it, whether it's zone or man coverage. They have to know how to play that, and how to plaster and play tighter once the initial route combination breaks down, and that's what happens, how to play that. And then obviously your front guys have got to know where the escape routes are. So it doesn't necessarily change your scheme, it just changes how you teach that scheme that week, you know, based on what the quarterback likes to do. Nah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it can a little bit. You know, it can give you a moment of pause and say, well, this is not, you know, smart to come from, you know, bring that. You know, it can. You know, will it? I really don't know yet. I hadn't gotten to that point.
You've only got like a finite number of hours with these guys on the field anyway. Do you have to be more organized when you've got a running quarterback and how you approach it and prepare for it?
No, I mean, I just think you have certain things built into your defense. That's, you know, hey, there's certain drills they're going to do this week because this is what this guy can do. So, I mean, no, not really.
Any other questions for Coach Leslie?